welcome back to the road to Grandmaster. Interesting one for you. The enemy team. I'm pretty sure some of them, maybe they were just winning too much. Yeah, so some of them, I'm pretty sure, are playing with their TV off altogether. They're trying to do this from muscle memory because this was a quick game. It really was a quick game for me. It was like they were competing to see who could get the most time in spawn because there was plenty of time spent there overall for them. I'm glad actually that the devs put so much time into designing the spawn just so they had something to look at. Really, they were not having a good day. They really weren't. It was short and sharp. We absolutely smashed this, in fairness. Not to spoil the ending, but yeah, they weren't having a good time. The dino, obviously, is always, I think, an issue. But yeah, quite nice to see at this point. I don't know what's going on. I've just got cornered there. Now, you're not going to believe this, but it was a lovely sunny day when I was recording, when I was first, playing this game, and obviously had the windows open, cooling the house down. A seagull flew into my living room and kicked me in the neck. Yeah. Now, the seagull, if we had been sort of cool, if it had been impartial, for example, I would have probably let it stay until the end of the game. But when a sizable bird attacks you via the neck, you know it's been sent by the other team. So I had to get it and throw it back out the window as quick as possible so I could start playing again after my 10-second respawn. But no skill issue from me there. If it wasn't for that seagull, I definitely wouldn't have gone down. Believe me, I wouldn't have. So it's yeah, it's unfair if they're getting animals to attack me. So we're starting afresh. Let's pretend that death never happened. Too good for that, I'm sure, as I'm showing here. We're back in the game. We're back focused. Like I mentioned in my last video, this is one of those go-to characters for me. Emma Frost is one of the two tanks that I'll always pick from. The other is Hulk. And yeah, just play well as her every time, in fairness, you know, regardless of being sabotaged by birds. I do pretty well as her. So there's I don't know, did they start as Emma Frost? I'm not sure, but it's always flattering when someone switches to the character that you've picked. They're either acknowledging that you were a problem for their team. I've had that in the past where people are on the not their team chat, they're on the chat that everyone can see, and they're like, we gotta stop that Emma Frost. Yeah, so it's flattering when people pick to do it, but I wouldn't advise it. Like, you've picked it for a reason. I'm Emma Frost because I'm good as her, so if you were switching to her, it's because I'm obviously bothering you, and then you were hoping to embarrass me, you know, to outshine me as that character. Just noticing they've actually got 3 tanks as well, which I don't think is ideal, but there we are. Run. This is, I don't know, I'm not fussed. Like I said before, I'm not fussed on Emma Frost's. I love that. Chase me down because they thought I was an easy target and get choke slammed. Yeah? This one sucked though, in fairness. That death was on me. Trying to get back, absolutely desperately trying to get back, taking the scenic route back to spawn. I'm sure there was an easier way for me to get there. Didn't find a strat in time, basically. Didn't find a health pack in time. Had very limited health. It was a mix of fortune and skill, don't get me wrong, taking out that dagger that was desperate to DPS me, but after that Angela did that, I made it my absolute mission. Every time I saw Angela, I was going to choke slam her because she had, don't get me wrong, did nothing out of order. She did what she was supposed to do. Yeah, she hunted me down when she saw that I had low health. So I was going to make an effort now. She's clearly targeted me. You won't believe this. She was very, very lucky here. After I got rid of that seagull, the weather dramatically changed. We had a bit of a storm. And just as I was trying to get away from that Angela, my TV actually got struck by lightning. So crazy one, turned the whole thing off, broke the TV. Fortunately, we'd paid for a good warranty on it because the guy came out and fixed it before the second game started. So phenomenal work, worth leaving a review for. But if it wasn't for the lightning going against me, clearly biased Mother Nature was toward their team, I would never have gone down to that Angela. You've got to believe that. I would never have gone down. No skill issue there from me. You know, no skill on show from Angela. It was just pure fortune, really. Quite unlucky on my behalf. But let's get back into that segment of who's got the funniest names in the lobby. So aside from me, you've got Stottelmeyer, Mia, Monstar 1995. All right, cool. MRXSM. Don't know what that means to anyone or why you'd pick it. There we are. Brian IXD. And this reminds me a little bit. So we've got Brian IXD and they've got Phil XCX. So Charlie's brother, Phil XCX. But why were their names too straightforward, Brian and Phil? So they had to just chuck a little bit of almost like code on the end, basically. Then we've got To Sicario, Kiss to Sicario Kiss. Wanted to start off strong with an ult here, and unfortunately got chokeslammed for my efforts, but here she is. It's chokeslam Angela time. Let's keep a running count of how many I get done in this game. I contributed to killing her there, but yeah, I want to keep a running count. Like I said, every time I see her, I'm trying to do that. We've got Nightcrawlers L, Nightcrawlers L, Iron Man. Yeah, classic from the MCU. I am Iron Man. So there's the first chokeslam, by the way. But yeah, ironically, he didn't play Iron Man at all. He played Spider-Man and Devil Dino Man. So not not staying true to his almost name. But I don't. Does he know he's made a mistake with Iron Man 2.0? Try and keep this off a sec just so we can watch the gameplay. Unlucky Emma Frost. Here we go. That's number 2. Unlucky Nightcrawlers. Yeah, ulted for my trouble. Who else we got? CXPDXN. Another classic name, if you ask me. Rolls right off the tongue, nice and easy. Then we got, as I mentioned, Phil XCX and Tiger Dino _567. So Tiger Dino 566, unfortunately already taken, I think, by the time this person started playing Rivals. They had to settle for 567. Oh, I was hoping that would have been another chokeslam. They've pulled off a nice little ult there in amongst my whole team, it felt like, but will this be one? No, I haven't got the diamond form, but unless I've missed one, which I feel like I might have, and I'm on 3, I don't know. We've got at least 2 chokeslams on her so far, so not a bad start. Having a retreat pretty heavily here, so fair play to the enemy team, doing what they need to do. However, we all know, because that was going to be another one for Nightcrawlers. I was about to chokeslam him 3 times. We all know this game doesn't last long because I spoiled it for you right at the beginning, unfortunately. Squirrel Girl is still wrecking me. It's like for DPS players, they get different patches to us. So instead of us getting a new character and, you know, maybe a couple of bug fixes here and there, the DPS mains only get updates for DPS characters. They only get them updated when they add a new DPS. Chokeslam time. That's number 3, I believe. There you go, Nightcrawlers. But yeah, pretty unfair, really. They don't give them any vanguards. They don't give them any strats. They're just forced into insta-locking their DPS character every single time. They're allowed to try out the new DPS character and the new DPS character only. And it's Squirrel Girl in a lot of their patches. Oh, number 4, Nightcrawlers. They only, the Squirrel Girl players, they are in every single lobby. The easiest character, I think, in the game. Haven't put extensive playtime in with her, so don't get me wrong. I might not be right in saying she's the easiest character, but a character that shoots overly powered acorns that can bounce around corners with essentially heat-seeking squirrels for an ult and can shoot from basically the other side of the map, doesn't even need to target you to do decent damage. Sounds like the easiest character in the game to me, so big whale coming your way, and that's the end. Let's see how I finished up. I was not the MVP, which is always a shame. It does matter to me. I do like being the MVP, but there we have it. It's quite hard to be MVP with Emma Frost, I find, even if you play well. Stupid game, doesn't let me see the end screen whenever it's doing this. Should be my choice. I'm playing it. Well, we got 15,335 block, which was the third highest in the game behind Iron Man, and he definitely wasn't getting that block as Spidey, so he was he the Devil Dinosaur? I don't really know. But yeah, he got 18,914, then it was Nightcrawler's with 17,745, and then me. My damage was good though, because both of those who had the higher block, they got 6195 and 7860. I was on 8104. 9 final hits, which is only behind our, well, 2 of our DPS. So yeah, good game overall. Did really well, I think, and nice little continuation there to help me climb in this road to Grandmaster. So I'll see you in the next one.